I used to think that the way to be strong was to be tough. I used to think that to be independent was to not need anyone. The more vulnerable you are, and the softer you are, and the more you allow people into your life and into your heart, the happier you are, and the more valuable you are to other people. Ellen has completely changed the way I look at life.
The world watched as PortiaDeRossi and her partner's love story unfolded, a tale that captivated fans and offered glimpses into their journey of love, loss, and self-discovery. Now, after the dust has settled, Portia's ready to share the truth following her divorce. What heartfelt confessions and surprising insights does she have about love, heartbreak, and moving forward? Let's dive into PortiaDeRossi's remarkable story. Portia's journey began far from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, in a small town in Victoria, Australia. Born Amanda Lee Rogers, she grew up in the quiet suburb of Grovedale. Her life seemed simple enough at first, until tragedy struck early on. Portia lost her father, Barry Rogers. Losing a parent at such a young age can shatter a child's sense of self, and for Portia, it sparked a lifelong struggle with identity and belonging. Her mother, Margaret, worked as a medical receptionist, becoming the sole provider for the family. Despite early success in print ads and television commercials, Portia always felt somewhat disconnected from the image she was presenting. She was a little girl trying to find herself while bearing the weight of grief and uncertainty. As a teenager, Portia made bold choices to reshape her future. In an effort to escape the painful memories of her past, she changed her name, borrowing Portia from a Shakespearean character and adopting the Italian surname Rossi as a symbol of reinvention. It wasn't just about a name change, it was her way of shedding old layers to grow into someone new. Portia's acting career began with small roles, including a part in the Australian film Sirens, but it was her move to Los Angeles that marked a turning point. The journey was anything but easy. She struggled to land roles and worked hard to lose her Australian accent, hoping to blend in with Hollywood's ideals. Her big break came when she landed the role of Nellie Porter on Ally McBeal, which thrust her into the spotlight. However, beneath the fame, Portia was hiding a deep secret. She was terrified of being outed as a lesbian in an industry that often demanded conformity. The fear of rejection and judgment weighed heavily on her, and for years she kept her true identity hidden. Despite these inner struggles, Portia's career flourished. She joined the cast of Arrested Development as Lindsay Bluth-Funke, further solidifying her place in Hollywood, but her personal life was a different story. Her first marriage to filmmaker Mel Metal was a failed attempt to secure a green card, and the relationship ended in heartbreak. Portia's next relationship with director Francesca Gregorini was also kept out of the public eye, as Portia continued to wrestle with the fear of being judged for her sexuality. It wasn't until she met Ellen DeGeneres that things began to shift. Ellen, already a well-known figure in the LGBTQ community, offered Portia a sense of peace and acceptance she had never felt before. Over time, Portia found the courage to open up, speaking publicly about her relationship with Ellen in interviews and articles, including a candid conversation with The Advocate. She finally shed the heavy burden of secrecy and embraced her true self. The couple married in a small, intimate ceremony in Beverly Hills, marking a moment of personal freedom and joy for Portia. However, even as her love life found stability, Portia's struggles with body image and eating disorders lingered. During her time on Ally McBeal, she battled anorexia and bulimia, struggles that would leave lasting emotional scars. In her memoir, Unbearable Lightness, A Story of Loss and Gain, Portia shared her painful journey, hoping her story might help others fighting similar battles. The road to recovery was long, but with Ellen by her side, Portia found strength in their love and her newfound openness. In recent years, Portia made the surprising decision to step away from acting. After reinventing herself so many times, the choice to retire seemed almost unimaginable. Still, Portia knew it was the right one. She clarified that she would return for Arrested Development if needed, but for the most part, she was ready to leave the limelight behind. Off-screen, Portia found solace in her work with Ellen, particularly their shared passion for animal rights and their support of charities like Locks of Love and The Gentle Barn. These pursuits gave Portia a sense of purpose beyond Hollywood. However, like many women in the industry, Portia wasn't immune to the darker side of fame. In 2017, she bravely spoke out about a disturbing incident with actor Steven Seagal, who had exposed himself to her during an audition years earlier. The experience left her feeling vulnerable and powerless, but by sharing her story, Portia hoped to encourage others to speak out against such abuses of power. Throughout it all, Ellen stood by her side, a constant support and source of strength. Yet, despite the deep love they shared, their relationship faced challenges. Ellen's controlling behavior, exacerbated by her public persona, and Portia's desire for independence, created strains in their marriage. Rumors began to circulate, and in time, Portia made the difficult decision to cut ties with Ellen. She asked Ellen to leave their shared home, and while there has been silence around the couple in recent days, insiders have revealed that Portia has no regrets and now feels a sense of peace. Time spent with family has helped Portia regain clarity and perspective. Their love story began years earlier at a social event in Los Angeles when both were rising stars in Hollywood. Ellen, already an established comedian and talk show host, was known for her trailblazing work as an openly gay woman in entertainment. Portia, a rising actress best known for her role in Ally McBeal, was immediately drawn to Ellen but kept her feelings to herself due to fear of the consequences on her career. The two exchanged pleasantries and went their separate ways, but their paths would cross again. As their connection deepened over time, Portia, now more open to exploring her feelings, felt safe with Ellen, something rare for her. They began dating, initially keeping their relationship private, but eventually went public as a symbol of love, courage, and authenticity within the LGBTQ community. When California overturned the ban on same-sex marriage, Ellen proposed to Portia with a pink diamond ring, and the couple married in an intimate ceremony in Beverly Hills. Their wedding was not just a personal milestone, but a political statement about the importance of love and equality. In public, their love appeared unbreakable, and they were often seen sharing affection and supporting causes close to their hearts. However, the pressures of fame and the intense demands of their careers took a toll on their relationship. As rumors of trouble emerged, exacerbated by Ellen's public scandal in 2020 regarding toxic workplace allegations, the strain on their marriage became undeniable. Portia supported Ellen publicly, but privately the stress began to affect their bond. Therapy and efforts to reconnect were not enough to heal the wounds, and ultimately Portia found herself feeling unheard and overlooked. PortiaDeRossi has always been a symbol of reinvention, resilience, and self-discovery. After years of navigating love, fame, and personal struggles, she is finally at peace with herself. Though her love story with Ellen may have come to an end, Portia has emerged stronger and more self-assured, ready to continue her journey, this time on her own terms. Ellen and Portia's once celebrated relationship, which had captivated the public, has now taken a tumultuous turn, with both women locked in a legal battle that has shocked many. Their divorce has spiraled into a highly publicized and contentious process, with one of the most dramatic developments being Portia's alleged withdrawal of funds from their joint bank accounts. This bold move has escalated the drama surrounding their split, adding another layer to an already complex and painful situation. What was once Hollywood's most beloved couple has now become embroiled in a fierce conflict, with each woman fiercely defending her own version of events. To truly understand how a love story that once symbolized hope, courage, and LGBTQ acceptance has unraveled, it's important to reflect on the origins of their relationship. When Ellen and Portia first got together in 2008, their union was more than just a personal commitment, it was a cultural milestone. At a time when same-sex marriage was not yet legal nationwide, their relationship became a beacon for LGBTQ rights and representation. Ellen, who had famously come out in the 1990s, was already a trailblazer in the LGBTQ community. By pairing with Portia, a rising star known for her roles in Arrested Development and Ally McBeal, Ellen's public image only strengthened. Together, they embodied love and acceptance, becoming a powerful symbol of progress and a more inclusive future. As the years went on, Ellen and Portia's partnership appeared to flourish. They were often seen hand in hand on red carpets, spoke openly about the strength of their relationship, and were seen as an ideal couple, famous, successful, and deeply in love. Their marriage became a symbol of Hollywood's changing attitudes towards LGBTQ relationships, celebrated for its authenticity and public support of one another. Fans admired their shared sense of humor, their joy, and the way they appeared to balance their careers and love life seamlessly. But beneath the surface, things were less than perfect. Friends and insiders close to the couple began to notice cracks in their relationship. As Ellen's career continued to soar, with her talk show reaching unprecedented success, the demands on her time grew. She became increasingly consumed by her work, leaving Portia feeling marginalized. Though Portia was a talented actress in her own right, sources suggest she began to feel that her own ambitions were put on hold to accommodate Ellen's career. Over time, she reportedly felt more like an accessory in Ellen's life than an equal partner. Despite attempts to voice her concerns, her feelings often went unheard, contributing to a growing sense of frustration and isolation. As Ellen's career reached new heights, Portia's own needs and desires were reportedly sidelined. Her growing dissatisfaction, coupled with Ellen's overwhelming focus on maintaining her public image, deepened the rift between them. Allegations of Ellen's controlling behavior, particularly in relation to her public persona, have surfaced, suggesting that the pressure to present a perfect image may have taken priority over nurturing their personal connection. Over the years, these unaddressed frustrations built up in Portia, eventually leading to a breaking point. The tipping point reportedly came when Portia allegedly withdrew funds from their joint accounts during the divorce proceedings, an act that caused a deep rift and fueled a bitter legal battle. For Ellen, this felt like a serious breach of trust, a betrayal that compounded the emotional toll of their breakup. Known for her sunny and light-hearted public image, Ellen was devastated by what she perceived as an attack on her integrity. Friends close to her have expressed that Ellen is struggling with the situation, which has intensified the public scrutiny surrounding her personal life. With their marriage now publicly unraveling, Ellen is reportedly preparing for a lengthy legal battle to protect her financial assets, including her estimated $500 million net worth. Meanwhile, Portia has remained largely quiet about the specifics of their relationship but has reportedly expressed frustrations about feeling overshadowed by Ellen's career. Her alleged actions, including withdrawing money from their joint accounts, suggest that she is unwilling to quietly walk away from the marriage. Portia has reportedly voiced concerns that Ellen's unrelenting focus on her career left her feeling neglected, both emotionally and professionally. Friends claim that Portia began to feel that Ellen's work and her public image took precedence over their marriage, contributing to the breakdown of their relationship. While Ellen has made efforts to salvage the marriage, including attending therapy and adjusting her schedule to spend more time at home, sources close to her suggest that Portia's dissatisfaction persisted. Ellen's attempts to fix things were reportedly met with limited success, and the strain only worsened as the years went on. For Ellen, maintaining the public image of a perfect marriage became an added stress, further complicating their already fragile relationship. As their divorce plays out in the public eye, it has also reignited discussions about Ellen's reputation. In the past few years, Ellen faced a significant backlash following allegations of a toxic work environment on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. These allegations led to an internal investigation and the departure of several key staff members. Though Ellen took responsibility for her actions, the scandal left a shadow over her career, and now, with her divorce adding another layer of controversy, her public image faces further scrutiny. For Portia, the future is uncertain. There's speculation that she may return to acting or choose a quieter life away from the spotlight. Some believe she may seek to reclaim her independence, as she has reportedly emphasized her contributions to Ellen's career and public image, arguing that she deserves a fair share of the wealth accumulated during their time together. As the legal battle over their assets continues, it's clear that the breakdown of their marriage is about more than just money. It's about years of unspoken tensions, unmet needs, and a growing sense of resentment that neither could ignore. As the drama continues to unfold, it's a reminder that even the most celebrated relationships, those that seem perfect from the outside, can harbor deep-seated struggles. For fans who once looked up to Ellen and Portia as the ideal couple, this very public unraveling serves as a sobering reminder that behind the red carpet smiles, there are real, complex human emotions at play. Ellen's journey in the public eye has been one of both triumph and controversy. From her historic coming out in 1997 to the highs of The Ellen DeGeneres Show and her eventual retirement in 2024, Ellen's career has been marked by challenges that extended far beyond the glitz and glamour of fame. As she steps away from the spotlight, the world is left to reflect on the many layers of her life, the laughter, the love, and the very real struggles that have defined her journey both on and off screen. Behind Ellen's fame and accolades, there was always more to her story. With millions of followers across social media platforms, she ranked among the top influencers in the world, wielding undeniable reach and power. Yet, despite her immense popularity, there was something about her that always seemed just a little out of reach. While she was known for her infectious smile and comedic charm, off-screen, Ellen was a huge fan of the NFL, supporting the New Orleans Saints and the Green Bay Packers. She once attended a Saints practice dressed as Packers legend Brett Favre, proof of her playful side and her ability to laugh laugh at herself. But despite her public persona, behind those lighthearted moments lay challenges that were less visible. In 1997, Ellen came out as a lesbian, an act that rocked both her career and personal life. The media frenzy that followed was intense, and the backlash had a profound impact on her professionally. In her book Love, Ellen, her mother, Betty, wrote about the initial shock of her daughter's revelation and how, over time, she became a fierce advocate for Ellen and LGBTQ rights. For Ellen, her mother's unwavering support was a lifeline during some of the darkest moments in her life. From 1997 to 2000, Ellen was in a relationship with actress Anne Heche, but after they parted ways, she found love with photographer Alexandra Hedison. However, it was her relationship with actress Portia de Rossi that would come to define the next chapter of Ellen's life. Portia later shared that she first met Ellen at a Hollywood event in the early 2000s. At the time, Ellen was already an established comedian and talk show host, known for her courage in publicly coming out in a world that wasn't always accepting. Portia, on the other hand, was a rising actress still grappling with her own fears of coming out due to concerns about how it might affect her career. When they met, something passed between them, a connection, a spark. But Portia wasn't ready to act on it, so they exchanged pleasantries and moved on. Years later, when they crossed paths again, both women were single. This time, the unspoken bond between them became impossible to ignore. In 2004, they quietly began dating, with Ellen already out and confident, helping Portia navigate the challenges of living openly. "I had walls up," Portia later said. "Ellen was the first person who made me feel safe enough to let them down." Their love story quickly became a beacon for many, especially in the LGBTQ community. Ellen's career continued to thrive, while Portia gained widespread recognition for her role in Arrested Development. They seemed inseparable, frequently photographed together at public events, sharing a closeness that was hard to miss. In 2008, after California lifted the ban on same-sex marriage, Ellen proposed to Portia in a private, intimate moment at their home. Their wedding, simple yet beautiful, was attended by close friends and family. As they exchanged vows, promising to stand by each other through everything life might throw their way, it felt like a victory not just for them, but for the LGBTQ community at large. Their union was more than a personal achievement, it was a cultural milestone. However, like many couples, their relationship wasn't without its challenges. As Ellen's career continued to climb, so did the pressures of her public life. By the mid-2010s, rumors began to swirl that the couple was facing difficulties. The relentless demands of Ellen's career, coupled with the constant scrutiny and the pressure to always be on, started to strain their marriage. Portia, who had struggled with eating disorders for years, found the added stress of living in Ellen's shadow to be overwhelming. She wanted to carve out her own identity, but standing next to someone as famous as Ellen made that difficult. Despite their deep love for each other, the pressures of fame, work, and constant attention began to take their toll. Portia often felt alone, even when Ellen was right beside her. In the late 2010s, Ellen considered ending The Ellen DeGeneres Show, exhausted by the constant pressure to be cheerful and maintain her public persona. "I'm just tired," she confessed to Portia. For a moment, it seemed like a shift might be on the horizon. Portia supported the idea, hoping they could spend more time together and reconnect. But in the end, Ellen renewed her contract, and the distance between them only grew wider. Then came the pandemic, which would change everything. Ellen faced accusations of fostering a toxic work environment on her show, and the resulting media storm was fierce. Portia stood by her publicly, but privately, the tension between them was enormous. The strain of the scandal, combined with the existing cracks in their relationship, created even more stress. They argued more, and Ellen's need to maintain control over her public image began to bleed into their private life, creating further distance between them. They tried therapy and worked through their issues, but despite their best efforts, it became clear that the love that once felt unshakable was now fragile. Ellen's relentless career focus and Portia's growing sense of isolation formed a divide that neither of them could bridge. Ultimately, after years of trying to make things work, they faced the hard truth that their marriage had run its course. "We tried," Portia said quietly after their separation. "But some things are too broken to fix." Their love story, once so full of promise, ended not with fireworks but with a quiet, emotional goodbye. Even as they parted ways, they both retained a deep care and respect for each other. The memories, the laughter, and the shared joy of their years together would always remain, but sometimes even the strongest love can't withstand the weight of personal battles and external pressures. For Ellen and Portia, the decision to walk away was the best way to find peace. Their story had been one of love, joy, and deep connection, but sometimes, as they learned, the hardest part of a relationship is knowing when to let go. And so Ellen and Portia moved on, each finding their own path forward. Their love had been real, and while it didn't have the fairy tale ending that many had hoped for, it had been a meaningful and transformative chapter in both of their lives. Sometimes the best way to honor that love is by letting go with grace, knowing that even the most beautiful stories have their bittersweet conclusions.